Welcome back to RTD Media. It's your boy Black Adam, and I'm with.
JV, you know.
We in the new scene, new time, new information. What's going on, brother? How you been?
Everything good, man. Look, first of all, let's say this today. Happy birthday. Happy
Oh, that's right. That's right. I appreciate
birthday,
it.
my brother.
Appreciate it. Guys, look, it's my birthday. When this airs, it's going to air Monday. So my birthday was actually this weekend. So we had a great time. I'm still recovering, but it was an awesome time. JV, they came out to, I can't tell you, this is an undisclosed location. It's a Maui island somewhere.
You know how we do.
Yeah, so it's an undisclosed location, but yeah, it's my birthday. I appreciate everybody that celebrate the birthday with me, send me donations, everything. Much love, man. So look, we got some hot topics for you guys. As you know, it's a lot of stuff been going on in NCAA, some things going on at Southern, and we're going to get into it. Before we get into it, shout out to the sponsors. You want to mention some of the sponsors we got?
Attorney Stephon Rutledge, thank you for the big bag you dropped on me and my brother Black Adam. We appreciate it. Come on, man, seasoning. Mr. Charles Fred Alexander. That's what else we got?
That's it. Oh, Mayor Pro Spa. Shout out to Mayor Pro Spa. If you need a CPAP or anything, you have trouble sleeping, make sure you hit up Mayor Pro Spa. They're going to hook you guys up down here in Houston, Texas. Actually, they're all across the South, but mostly in Houston, Texas. Yeah, man, so let's get started. So in the NCAA, you can see that, well, let's reframe this. I'm going to reframe it. So as you guys been paying attention to the news, you notice that legislation has been changing, right? The gerrymandering, the redistricting of different states. So it's big talk, especially in Louisiana, not just Louisiana, but Mississippi, Tennessee, Texas, right? They've been redistricting, and basically the black districts that was prevalent, they did away with them. That's the first thing that happened. Second thing that happened in the news, the Supreme Court did away with the 1965 Civil Rights Act, right? So now, as you guys know, it became certain, it's so political now between the Republicans and Democrats. And some people stated that athletes should not go to big-time schools, especially in the South, if they're gerrymandering these states, right? Mariah Clark was a big advocate. He started off, he's at ESPN. Then you have a lot of people that's on Fox Sports, CNN that talks about it. So, JV, I want to ask you this. What is your take on college athletes not going to major schools that deal with this type of legislation?
So when I look at it, I look at it from the athlete's point of view. I'm looking at it out of a athlete's eyes. I don't think, personally, this is just my opinion, I don't think that you can hold a 18, 19, 20-year-old accountable for to hold those type of actions. Those kids are coming strictly football.
Right.
So, I'm quite sure they're not groomed in politics and, all the stuff that's going on in the world. So to have them boycott or whatever they, want to do, I don't think it's fair to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just don't know. Their brain's not fully developed. That's a lot to put on a kid. You know what I'm saying? And you're putting a kid in a sticky situation, in my opinion. What you think about it?
Yeah, so I want to piggyback off of that because I kind of agree to what you said, but I want to go a step further in terms of the mental health standpoint of it because, one, like you said, these athletes are 18, 19, 20 years old, right? One, you got the coach that stressing them out because they got to deliver, they got to develop, and they got to make plays in order to stay on the field. That's one. Right. Two, you have the instruction. The classes. You actually got to go to class because they all call student athletes, even though we know that's just a term that the NCAA use. Three, you got the NCAA because now you have these core things that they have to go by. What is it called? What is the NCAA? You got the field clearinghouse. You got to clear out the clearinghouse every year with the NCAA clearinghouse. So that's third. The fourth thing, you got to perform. Right, you got to go on the field and you got to perform. So that's stressful in another way. The fifth thing, you got some of these parents. So if these kids are getting collectives or revenue sharing, they got NIL, a lot of these parents are getting their just due of that, and now most kids feel like they're responsible for taking the household, and you're only 19 years old, so that's stress in itself. So now, when do the kid ever have time to themselves to say, "What about me?"
Yeah, that what's going on. That's not in them. Again, that's a lot on the kid, and I think that the people that are saying it that are I don't think they have. I don't think they're saying anything wrong. I just think they're coming from a place of 50, 60, 40-year-old brain. So they're saying boycott off their thoughts, out of their lens.
Right.
You're not looking out of a 19-year-old lens. You know what I'm saying? He looking probably like, I don't have, I'm here to play football.
That's
I don't
it.
have nothing to do with this.
Right.
Why you want me to boycott? I'm getting paid X amount of dollars.
Right.
To play football.
Right.
This is what I'm here for. This is what I've worked for. I didn't work for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just putting that on them kids is a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like the fact to put that on them kids. That's too much.
Right, and then it's a selfish component to it. Like you said, most of these guys are older, right? They're in politics and they understand the game. They know the game politics, right? That's what it is. I think it's a selfish narrative for some of these guys, right? I understand back in the day you had the Muhammad Ali's, the Lew Alcindors, better known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had the Jim Browns that spoke out against injustice, right? But that's when we didn't have civil rights, right? But they was professionals at that time, right? These kids are in college. That's totally different. You expect a kid in college that don't have no money to step out and say, nah, I could change the life of my this generation and the generations to come just because of you want me to do this. That's selfish to me to a degree.
And I just changed because when they spoke on it, they spoke of the kids that are getting the big dollars.
Right.
So I've just changed my family's life.
100%.
And now you telling me to go against, I don't like putting those kids in that situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really like the argument. I don't even like the thought of it, honestly, because it's gonna split. It's splitting,
Right.
And I don't like it. I understand where they're coming from and what they're saying, and I get what they're trying to prove. I think it's more, put it like this. I think the best solution, in my opinion, is you don't have to boycott, just don't go.
Okay.
So put it that way.
So what you mean by that? Don't go.
I mean, I went to Southern University. Where you went to?
Southern University.
So this stuff that's going on in the world, and this political realm and all this, we ever dealt with that?
No, we didn't. You know what? That's a funny. That's a look. So you know what? That is that's a silver lining in the sky, because now that's a great point, because now if they do boycott these Power 5, Power 4 schools, you always got the SWAC, the MEAC, you got Black College, right? And now all this talent, all this revenue sharing, all this collective, all this money could come to the Black College. If you look at it like that, I'm looking at it like this. When Deion was at Jackson State, he had the #1 recruit in the world, right? Just Travis Hunter. That brought revenue, that brought donors, that brought eyes, that brought ESPN, that brought everybody. That was one person. Just imagine if 4 guys do that. 4 #1 or #1, 2, 3, and 4 go to a black school. What it do for the SWAC? Where
Right.
be at?
That's always been my argument from the jump. Everybody's saying, it's an easy fix. If you want to do something like that, then push the kids towards HBCUs. On top of pushing the kids towards HBCUs, back us up with funding. So all these black celebrities, these black millionaires and billionaires, get behind the HBCUs and push the HBCUs.
Yeah.
That way, they don't mind coming to HBCU. But until then, it is what it is.
Well,
I get it both ways. A parent, if I got a child that is highly recruited, he has an NIL deal, he's getting $1 million, all this money. Who in their right mind is turning that down?
Nobody.
So, it's
That's why
like
I
I
said
said,
it's
it's just
selfish to a degree.
It's a sticky situation, yeah, man. Putting them kids in a situation like that,
It's
you
hard.
just you would have to, man, you would have to be brought up a certain way to even have that stand. But if you were brought up that way, you're not even gonna go
that direction
route.
first.
So yeah, I think, and I wonder, no, I'm not gonna even ask that. We'll leave it at
You can ask the question, but also you got to look at this too. You also got to look at the back end of that kid's college career. All these kids not going to the NFL.
correct.
So now, if they took a stance and they didn't go to one of these schools, or they didn't go to one of these schools, and they graduate from college with the expectation they say they want to go to NFL, right? And the NFL comes back and say, well, you took a stance for something that we don't believe in. We saw that when they did the knee, with the knee with
Colin
Kaepernick,
Kaepernick,
right?
yeah.
Know what you gonna do now? Where's them legislators gonna be at the end? They gonna be out the picture.
Look, them kids not doing that, and I wouldn't, because I'm all for HBCUs. I'm a HBCU kid. I grew up in it, but I understand the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not, and as an HBCU grad, I'm still not gonna tell a kid boycott that man and just
Right.
it just some things I think that's we pushing far enough with these kids.
Yeah, and everybody got their own agenda, so it's all good. So now let me ask you this: it's been talk in the news that our head coach, Coach Marshall Falk, had an interview at USA Today, and in this USA Today interview, basically, it was an interview talking about how he became the first head coach in his first time being a Hall of Famer. So they asked him a question about head coaches. And basically, he had a controversial statement when it comes to black head coaches. He said that J.J. Redick don't have to go coach nowhere but become the head coach of the Lakers. And he also mentioned, who else? He mentioned another white player who became a coach of a professional football club. He was like, they don't have to have coaching experience. They could just use their skin color to become a head coach. As a black coach, it's hard for them just to get a Division III school job just to coach. So he said it's a stigma that's in college coaching or politics. What's your take on that?
So I haven't had the chance to read up on that, so I don't want to misquote or misdirect anything, but I'll say this. That's something that's been going on, as a black head coach, you're going to have to work harder. That's just the reality.
What you mean work harder? I don't get that. What you mean?
You're going to have to work harder. For example, Coach Marshall Falk has to start at Southern University.
Yeah.
I'm sure he may be a coach that can coach at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But starting out the same way with Coach Prime, he had to go prove himself at Jackson to get to Colorado. I'm saying in Coach Marshall Falk's first head coach job is here at Southern. And if he does, it's going to be beneficial to him if he, which I expect him to, do well, succeed, be successful, he'll go to the next level. But just coming out of it, they'll say, you have no coaching experience, whatever. I mean, we understand the stigma. That's why he's going to have to work harder to get to the next level.
I don't like that because I get it. It said we got to work harder and we got to be 3 times more skilled and work harder. We have coaches in the SWAC that's just as good as coaches in the SEC. We know that flat out plain, right? Coach Tremaine Jackson proved himself from Division III all the way up, right? You have other coaches that's in the SWAC that's real good coaches. Coaches in the MEAC that's real good coaches. Some of these coaches decided to stay because they realized that these kids need more than just a coach, right? My deal is,
You think that's why they stayed?
I think some of them, that's why they stay. Now they get the opportunity. Sometimes you can't pass up. You can't pass up $3 million.
I know you can't.
You got a family. You're not Eddie Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Robinson did that. He's the only person I know that did that.
But in what you just said though, you're proving my point. So and what you said about Coach Tremaine Jackson and what the work what he had to go to get to PV.
100%.
So he's worked. So if he gets that opportunity on the next level, the work he has put in prepared him for that.
Yeah.
He's just not going to start there.
But I'm saying, why not though?
That's just reality. I don't have an answer for it. That's just the way. That's just how it has been. And I mean, it's not right, but that's just the reality of it.
So they're gonna give you 1 year, and after that 1 year, they give you
it's gonna be pressure on you from the
a lot of pressure.
Correct. But I mean, you got to know that. I would if you got hired at a SEC school as a head coach, nobody should have to tell you it's gonna be pressure.
100%.
From the jump, you know, I got to get this right immediately, or I'm gone. That's just reality. You know what I'm saying? Especially football.
Yeah, that's the money maker.
That's the money maker.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just how it is, and I stand behind Coach Falk. He's not, you know, he's right. He's right on what he said and how he feels. He's not,
right.
But he also understands it, you know. But him, Coach Prime, they will be. So their success could possibly open the doors for others. So, you know, it's really a team effort. And when we get those chances, we have to excel when you do get those chances.
100%. And, you know, I want to throw a wrench in the interview right quick.
Oh, Lord.
I want to throw a wrench in there. You know, I had a conversation with one of my colleagues, and it's been a lot of talks because I was on social media. I was talking about Southern University, right? I was praising Southern University, you know, the schools and all the, you know, the number one schools that they have. One of my good friends, he went to another HBCU, and it was like, you know, of course it's a comparison game, right? So then we started talking about homecoming. Who got the best homecoming?
What kind of question is this?
No, but look, so
compared to who? Let's
that's what I'm saying.
So let me say this. I've been to a few homecomings.
Okay.
Some homecomings we can't even compare. So what's the school?
All right. So the school that I mentioned is Howard.
Okay.
So, but it was other people in the conversation. So the 5 schools that was in this conversation, it was Southern, myself, it was Howard, it was North Carolina A&T, FAMU, and it was Morehouse.
Okay. Well, out of those schools,
and PV. I'd say PV, right?
The PV what?
PV, Prairie View.
Look, now PV, y'all family, you know what I'm saying, but y'all stressing it now. Chill, let's pump the brakes.
Okay.
You know, y'all, you know, Coach Tremaine, I love what he's doing, but y'all getting a little beside yourself, you know what I'm saying? So let's pump the brakes on that. The other schools you mentioned, I don't think you can compare, because DC, Louisiana, the cultures are different.
100%.
So you can't really compare. What are we comparing?
You being safe with that answer. I want a real answer.
No, I'm saying, what are we comparing?
We're comparing the camaraderie. We're comparing the people. We're comparing the tailgate experience. We're comparing the people that are going into the actual game.
Well, tailgating wise, this is just reality. Tailgating wise, it's going to be hard for anybody to touch us, really.
Okay.
Because we are, man, people boil crawfish, they boil meat, they barbecue. This is stuff they do on weekends. So we do, I mean, you know what it's like coming across that hump. It's not a game. We out there early. The Thursday nights, they there.
The people gonna come for you now.
I don't care. This is the reality.
All right.
I say this. The people, if you have any rebuttal or anything that you want to say, I tell you what, October 3rd, come on Southern University campus and see for yourself. That's how we end all that.
All right.
Come on our campus and see for yourself. I tell you what, everybody knows this. If you try to get on campus at 9, 10 o'clock, what's going to happen?
You can't. It's gridlock.
Everywhere. You're going to be sitting for hours.
Yeah, that's right.
This hasn't just started.
It's been like that, yeah.
All right. We were 1 and 10 last year.
Yeah.
And you sat for hours
to get on campus.
Come on, man. I mean, it's just it's different. And I've heard about Howard. I've never been to a Howard homecoming.
Yeah. Are you biased though?
No. if somebody had a nice homecoming, I would say.
Okay.
Like, that's why I said I was thinking you were more saying like other SWAC schools.
No. You can't compare that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't compare
Because really and truly, with PV, it's different. I think the only people that you could probably maybe try to compare with SWAC-wise, just off the top of the head, would be Jackson. Your schools that are in major cities.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. I can't really compare. You know, Alcorn, Grambling, Valley.
Right.
You know, because of where they are.
Right.
You know, and their stuff is going to be totally different from ours.
So you know, I had I had Southern at number 1, but I had Southern at 1A, and I had North Carolina A&T at 1B. Now I've been North Carolina A&T homecoming. They doing it. They doing up there in North Carolina. Up there in Greensboro, North Carolina, they doing it. So Southern is 1A, North Carolina A&T is 1B.
Well, how you gonna make a 1B? You ever been to Howard's?
I've been to Howard homecoming, but Howard is on the street. So you got U Street. U Street runs through the campus.
Okay.
Right. So it's just like people just camping. You know, they just chilling out. Fam is nice, but Fam is not. It's hit and miss. You got pockets. Everybody's not in one location. It's pockets. What's the other one? PV, and I've been to PV all the time. PV just started to get the stigma because they started winning, but it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
But their RVs is way out. It's not. The RVs are not close. It's like.
And that's what. See that. And ours is. I don't. Our homecoming is a big ass family reunion.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is, because everybody in one common area.
Right.
And it's thousands of people everywhere.
Well, we have an actual campus.
Right.
A lot of these schools don't have a campus. They have a school further down the street,
You can't compare them.
Right. So it's like the campus is like in different parts of the region.
Bruh, all I can say is this. Whoever said this, tell them to come to Southern Homecoming. You know how this thing goes.
What's the date?
Huh?
Southern Homecoming. What's the date?
October 3rd weekend. The first weekend in October. If you want to see something, just come hang, come vibe with us. It's going to be, you won't, 95% don't make it out on Saturday night. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's too much.
So in closing, I want you, the people that never been to a Southern game, right? You mentioned that. Tell the people that never been to Baton Rouge that, you know, want to come to Baton Rouge, been anticipating to come to Baton Rouge. We have a 12-game schedule, right? What are some games they should attend this year just to see the experience of Southern University?
Homecoming for sure. We'll play Alcorn at home. That's always going to be a good game to attend. The Pete Richardson Classic, the first home game of the season, which is known as the Pete Richardson Classic, that's always a good one to come to.
Yeah.
But if you want to see, I would say homecoming. Just come see.
October 3rd.
Come see homecoming.
Come to the yard, October 3rd, the real yard.
Come see homecoming. I tell you what, ask Alcorn 2 years ago that when we played them for homecoming, what was their experience there? Ask the people from PV that came to Southern Homecoming, what was their experience?
No, we can't say that because we got beat. So they use that as
I ain't talking
bragging
about beat. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Yeah,
that's the experience. Yeah,
the experience.
I got you. Yeah. So we need to bring that back. We need to bring not just the experience. The experience is there. We need to bring winning back too, so we can have bragging rights after because I don't want to be depressed after. We done tailgated. We done had a good time. We done sweated out. We done ate all these pork chops, and all our pressure is up. And we got to watch this game, and we lose. I don't want that feeling no more. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is, so this is getting back to our culture. So in Louisiana, we love to have a good time. So, we love to indulge in a few alcoholic beverages.
That's right.
Adult beverages.
Some salt meat and everything.
Now, what the team may do, you may go over and beyond on adult beverages watching them games.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Especially if we lose it.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of people that them adult beverages they will make you drink.
So guys, look, man, we got to get out of here. But look, we just wanted to come with some information that we had, and we just had that conversation. Again, shout out to everybody for the birthday weekend.
Tell the people what we're gonna do this weekend.
I can't tell them what we're gonna do. I can't tell them what we're gonna do this weekend. We're gonna enjoy the spirits, and we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna be mingling. right? shout out to Southern. Shout out to Baton Rouge. Anything before we get out of here?
I want to give a shout out to a new donor coming soon, Mr. Drake Lacombe at Solstice Chemical Plant.
There it is. We need some love. We need the kind that folds, not the kind that jingles. You know what I'm saying? Guys, we gotta get out of here. This is RTD Media. Your boy Black Adam.
JV.
Guys, I love you guys, and y'all can't do nothing about it.
Peace.